McCulloch versus Maryland, 1819. In 1816, Congress chartered the Second Bank of the United States. This bank was created as a result of the War of 1812 because during the war, the United States experienced harsh inflation and increased debts. Although the primary bank was located in Philadelphia, there were several branches sited in major cities, including Baltimore, Maryland. In 1818, an attempt to shut down the Baltimore branch of the Second Bank of the United States led Maryland to place a tax on the branch. Maryland created a tax to place restrictions on any bank that was not created by the state. When James McCulloch, a cashier at the Second Bank of the United States, refused to pay the tax made by the state of Maryland, he was taken to court. When Maryland won, the national government appealed the case to the Supreme Court and created what is now the landmark case known as McCulloch versus Maryland, 1819. The problems the Supreme Court wanted to solve were: 1. Did Congress have authority to charter a national bank? And 2. Did a state have the authority to place a tax on the national bank? In court, the case was argued by referring to the United States Constitution. More specifically, McCulloch pointed to Article 1, Section 8, and Clause 18. This elastic clause, or necessary and proper clause, as it is sometimes called, states the following: to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers, and all other powers vested by the Constitution in the government of the United States, or in any department or officer thereof. In other words, if creating a national bank was necessary for the improvement and well-being of the nation, Congress had the right to do so. Another area in the Constitution that dealt with this case was the Supremacy Clause. Article 6, Clause 2 of the United States Constitution states the following: this Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. This simply appoints the United States Constitution and the federal government as the supreme law of the land. So if any state is to come in conflict with the federal government has the highest power. The Supreme Court's final decision was that Congress had the right to charter the bank and that no state government could tax the national government. Therefore, McCulloch won the case and Maryland's tax to the national bank was thrown out. The legal reasoning behind this decision clearly points back to the United States Constitution, the supreme law of the land. The second bank was said to be necessary because it helped the national government exercise its powers, and the state of Maryland could not legally place a tax on the national bank because of the supremacy law. This could be considered a good law because both the elastic clause and the supremacy clause still apply to any situation today, close to 2 centuries later. At first, People did not agree with the chartering of the national bank because there was no place in the Constitution that approved of one. However, with becoming more aware of the elastic clause, people were more capable of seeing that the Constitution is more of a flexible document that can change over time rather than a strict, fixed set of rules.